Proof, I don't get it, but they say as proof, you gotta have like 3 minutes per hour.
Okay.
I don't get it because that's like.
So whatever you need to ask or however I can help you with your project, let me know. And
Just do whatever you want and everything. Spend some time talking about what you got, like questions in the publisher. I mean, he's published books, he's wrote books.
Well, that actually is actually.
And that would be what I would go with the whole thing, and that might help you. I'm gonna leave you alone, let you have at it.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
But like, how's the publishing process even work? I know how to write the book. I know how to like format it, but I don't know how to really publish it.
sure. So there's different types of publishing, right? There's traditional publishing, which is where you find, it could be a mainstream publisher like Random House, or there's indie publishers, or there's self-publishing. So right there's two different forms of publishing. It depends on what you're looking for, but they each have different processes. So if you want, I could break down each one of them, or let me know.
Like, what would you recommend? Like, what should I do?
Well, if you can get a traditional publisher, that's generally better. It's very competitive. It's very difficult to get a traditional publisher, especially a bigger name one. But there's indie publishers, which simplify the process, and they may have some marketing budget involved. But the process of getting a traditional publisher is, unless it's very indie, you can maybe submit to the publishers yourself. But a lot of them, you first have to get a literary agent. So you'd have to submit your work and your premise and maybe a sample to literary agents and hope that they would take you on because they saw some promise there and help you get a publishing contract. Now, what most people do, because it's a difficult world right now with publishing, there's less in terms of how many people will get a traditional publishing deal, is they do self-publishing. And that there's many venues where you can self-publish. For example, a big one is Amazon. They have a program called KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, and you can either format your book for there or pay someone to format it for there, upload it on there. There's no charge on there, and then they take, the minus the printing cost that they take, you keep the rest. So your sales go to you, essentially minus the cost of the book and the production that they take.
So there's like a printing and formatting service, basically.
You have to provide your own formatting or learn how to do it. There's, like, for example, a site called Reeti where you could hire someone to help format your book. It's different than formatting just in Microsoft Word. It's formatting for publication, which is different because it has to be broken down into, for example, the size of the book. Is it 8x5, 9x5? It has to be formatted with page numbers, and so it looks like a book. Now it's a little different. There's also electronic publishing with like an ebook, obviously, which most people read now, or paper book, or both, depending on what you want to do.
I gotta like actually get copies of the book.
Yes, you want a paper, but you might also want to do about half of sales in publishing is electronic now, and then some people have a third stream, which is audio. They do an audio, because a lot of people don't actually sit and read the book. So, there's a lot of avenues out there, and each of them have their own. It's their own world,
So what'd you say that one formatting site was?
Well, what I was talking about was Amazon KDP. It's called KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. So if you Google Amazon KDP, they can walk you through some of their. Now you don't have to use that one. There's other outlets. That one I think is the best if you're going to self-publish personally, but other people have had success with other venues, other platforms, or other publication services. So it's really depends on what you want to do, and you should put some thought into like what your goal is with the project. Like, who do you want to read it? How big of an audience? If it's for a smaller audience, just people and friends and stuff like that, but you could hope that it get better than self-publishing is a good for now. You know, you're getting it out there, and it's easier to do in a way, and you control the rights. So that is another good thing with self-publishing. You know, you have more of the intellect. If it did blow up, for example, okay, 50 Shades of Grey. Are you familiar with that or no?
I've heard it.
Yeah, I know it's like a sex thing, but like erotic novel. But that was actually, the original novel was written as fan fiction. It wasn't meant to be published. And it took off. So she had the rights, so then a traditional publisher took it later. So sometimes you self-publish, and if you can get a following, a traditional publisher will want to take you on. So self-publishing does not preclude you from doing traditional publishing in a certain sense, if you get what I mean. So if you're starting out, I kind of probably would say, most likely, I've looked at your book a little bit, self-publishing might be good, or if you want to traditional publish, then you should probably look at Christian publishers or Christian, people in your genre that publish that kind of work and see what they're looking for, and if your specs meet those criteria. And also read other books that they represent, and for example, the agents or those publishers, and see if your book fits in along with those slate of books. So there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. Yeah, there's a lot to it. It seems like simple, just publish, but as you start looking into it, it's a whole world, you know.
Well, that answers my publish. I didn't even know it because I've heard of like traditional and like self-published. I'd never even heard of indie publishing. But, okay.
Okay, yeah, indie publishing would be indie publishing. Like my humor book had an indie publisher. So if you check it out, it's called Do Not Feed the Clown. So what does that mean? Usually it's somewhere between. It is basically it's published through another outlet, but it doesn't have like the marketing arm of like a Random House where you're getting these big advances or anything like that. So it's a little bit more rugged. Like a lot of the marketing I have to do myself. You have their help a little bit, but they don't. They're publishing. They don't have the overhead that like a bigger place does, and so it's a good place to say you were published and start to get your work out there, but then build maybe towards a bigger publisher. Just like with comedy, maybe you're on open mic, then you're on some smaller shows, and you're trying to build to a bigger club.
It's like a build-up type thing.
That's how the whole world, pretty much anything you want to get involved in, and I've been involved in many things, there's usually like that. There's a whole, I don't want to say pyramid scheme, but there's levels to where you are and where you can be, and there's an apprenticeship or learning about things, because each thing has its own rules and regulations and requirements. Your father understands, and some of it can seem absurd to someone just starting out. They're like, why do I have to deal with all this? I just want to write my book, and I understand that because I come from that. Creative people, we like to just do our creativity and we just want to put it out there. We don't want to think about this, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff. There's a whole other world in terms of the business aspect. If you want to turn it into a business thing, not that it has to be a big moneymaker, but a production thing. There really is. There's the cover design, for example. That's another whole world. Like some people say the cover is almost the most important thing. You could write the greatest book under the sun. You write the next Great Gatsby. But if you have a lousy cover, no one's going to read it, unfortunately.
That's the point I was making. My dad kept saying, "Oh, I don't get why you should have to make a good cover. It should just be you should just be able to have a title on it, and it should go." I'm telling him it's not going to work. People don't care. People will not like that.
Exactly. You need a cover that at least it doesn't have to be groundbreaking, but it should. Yeah, you should have as good as you can within reason. You might have to hire someone, or if you can do your own cover, then that's great.
If I could draw, I would do it.
Or get a friend to do it. Sometimes you get a friend or associate, like maybe an artist that does it. But yeah, a lot of people have to budget a little bit of money. If you're self-publishing.
See, I've met somebody named James this place. See right there?
Right.
Right there. His name is James. I've met somebody. What's up, James?
What's up, James? What's up?
This is my son, Gavin.
What's up?
This is James.
He's doing a little interview for what's up, James. He's doing a little interview for his school that I'm helping him with. Yeah. How you doing, James?
Told you James' name was been before.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, what do you think like the price for like getting a book cover made? Because I saw like one company was like you can get you get like the ebook and then the regular book cover like $100, $200.
To get it produced?
Yeah, to have someone actually like hand draw the whole thing.
Oh, the cover.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, John? What's up, yeah, to get the hand drawing of a book. Yeah, what's up, bro? I mean, it runs the gamut. You could probably go on Fiverr and get someone for $20. I don't know how good it'll be, but you could have someone for $200, $300, maybe a better artist, or $500. It probably runs the gamut.
That's what
depending on your budget. I don't know what you're looking for, how serious you are. You know, there's all kinds of
very serious. If I'm being honest, I have like a page worth of ideas, just like saved of different weapons that you can find in Christian culture, like the spirit of divinity, different saints, different characters, different ideas, and I've just been writing them down.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna write like another book after this because like I don't want this. It's gonna be like a series type thing. It's gonna have a lot. Not even my dad knows.
Well, I will say that the one thing that's great about a series in terms of marketing, and I'm not a marketing guy. I'm like more from the creative, but that's what you're asking about. So if you have questions about the other, I think that's where I'm better. But I mean, I know enough from just being around it. The series, from what I've understood, is generally a better seller. If you're thinking like marketing money, because if you can get people hooked into the series, they'll keep reading. You know, they read one, then they read the other, and you could have 10 books. You know, all the same characters, and you know, like a fantasy series or whatever it is. I know yours is Christian, but there is some benefit from a marketing point of view to doing a series, especially if one of them takes off. So that's not I mean, that makes sense. And most writers do keep writing different books and putting out. So that's normal from like a creative perspective. You got to see how much you like it and how much you can deal with all this other. There's a lot of scut work involved. The marketing too. Some people just put it out there. They don't even look at it. But I don't know if you got a social media presence, like posting, like your dad posts a lot of social media to get followers. That can help. Unfortunately, that's the world we're in now. Now, some people authors don't want to deal with that. There are the Thomas Pynchons. I don't know if you're Thomas Pynchon, but the only picture of him available is from when he was like in high school. His high school yearbook. So he's never done at least a live interview. Know where he lives. He's one of the most esteemed authors creatively. But he doesn't do any social media for sure, and you know, so there are those. I'm good. I'm okay, thank you.
No, sir, I'm good.
So there are those writers that are like that. Not that you have to do all the marketing, but you know.
If my book does end up doing good, I think that may accidentally happen. Because you can like try to find me online. There's nothing about me. Most people you like find their fake. I don't know. I'm happy. But yeah, that answers my question. But I mean, what do you think I can improve on in my book?
From one thing I saw that from what I saw of it, a lot of the chapters could be developed further. So there were like shorter chapters, like chapter 5. Hey, how you doing?
I should have actually mentioned that. That's my fault. Like those chapter 5 parts, it's like chapter 3 to everything else. That was just a thing I accidentally added on. It was just me writing random stuff.
Okay.
And really, it's the only ones that I've actually like done really is like chapter 1 and 2. Those are the only ones I've worked on.
The other chapters are not part of the book. I'm not following completely.
They will be. But
so the book's not ready yet.
It's nowhere near ready.
Okay. I thought that was your final.
No,
copy.
No. I have to get it to like 150 pages, and like at most, this is like 40.
Right, because that's one of the things I was going to say right off. The shortest a novel can be, and this is the absolute shortest, is 40,000. But really, it should be like 70 to 120,000 words we're talking. Okay, depends on the size of the page, but you're looking at like at least 250 or 200 the 350 book pages minimum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I feel better now that you're telling me that, because I thought yours wasn't developed enough, but now you're explaining that it's a draft and all that. Oh, I think that's Leroy's. Yeah.
That's how I Thank you.
I'll make the money one way or another.
That's not what we're on about the pages, because I included those other chapters. And
that guy was out here before.
Just a rough.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I walked in and like Scott's got like a shirt like racing. He's like, "Oh, you like racing, man?" Like, "Yeah, man, I used to race all this." Like,
You got anything you want to talk about the story?
Nothing that ain't a spoiler.
I don't know if you guys started. I think you just pulled your
Could be. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's like a comic book character. Yeah, I didn't know what was going on with that guy. So.
Anything else you want to ask about it?
What's up, Bryson?
What's up, man?
I don't know you, but I love you. What's
That's
your
my
name?
brother. I fixed that. My brother. That's my son.
That's his son.
Why the fuck did I say my brother? Motherfucker, I
We're doing some
Well, he
kind of
looks like
school
my
interview
fucking brother.
because it's his book, about his book,
That's a
right?
weird family tree if that's his brother.
Yeah, that would.
He fucked his mom and had a kid. So it's his son.
I told you
It
my
is
mom.
Alabama. It is Alabama.
I thought my mom was my sister for fucking years, dude. I swear. That's a true fucking story.
Is this part of your Christian novel?
He's got.
I got something. Okay. I got something like no one's gonna get this, but there is like in the main character wise, a future character that's gonna be introduced is a succubus.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's not what you think. It's not what you think.
Yeah, bullshit. It ain't what you think.
It's not what you think. It's nowhere. It's nothing like that.
Define succubus.
A succubus, and like I'm going based off of like demonology, whatever I can find.
Right.
And a succubus is basically meant to be a demon to suck the soul out of you.
Oh, so there's no dick sucking involved.
It's like a it's
There might be a little bit of cocksucker going on.
It's not gonna be like that, but the whole idea is that.
Motherfucker, I know you better than that. I know what this guy does.
I actually got a
He's watched your porn collection.
I've seen your phone, goddammit. I turned around and got it and I scrolled down and he had all his porn.
I'm proving a point. I'm actually proving a point.
Huh?
No, I'm writing a book.
Yeah, he's trying to interview me for his.
He's my mentor, and I gotta.
Oh shit, that's a good mentor.
Yeah, I don't know. If it goes off the rails, you know.
But like,
What up, Reed?
Raven's son.
No, but like,
Gavin, Reed.
What's your name?
why is he your mentor? Like, what is he mentoring you?
Yeah.
in?
Oh, writing a book.
Oh,
I read
yeah,
some
you wrote a
books.
book.
Oh, yeah.
That's right,
He
yeah.
just, I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot.
but the whole idea about the
Yeah, what's up,
succubus is that it's one of the main characters essentially in the group. There's like Mark, which is like the overall main charger.
Oh no, you turned this shit into school, dude.
Yeah, bro, you've already said too much.
You're gonna have to edit that out.
Keep going. Keep going.
I'm done.
Teacher's already pissed
I'm
off
getting
at me.
I'm getting expelled.
You better edit that out. You better edit that succubus part out.
You talking about smoking weed right now?
No,
Just a little bit.
much worse.
Worse.
If fucking teachers say,
Hold on, put your goddamn cock away.
much worse.
them teachers just pissed me off too much. They went in there. I checked them out the other day. They said, "What are you getting out of school for?" I said, "I need more support for my prostate exam." She had fucking brain shot the fuck down for about 10
He
seconds.
said, I don't trust the doctor in there. I need my son to check.
She looked at me. She said, "I'm not right now. I'm not right now."
I don't trust these goddamn doctors. They're only out for my money. I'm gonna get my son to check my prostate.
I get them fucking teachers' hands.
Okay, but okay.
You guys really do it different down here in the South.
Succubus character have like powers and stuff.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of powers in like this. There's a lot of different powers in this book. There's gonna be like there's this one ability. If you watch like anime, I don't know if you watch anime, but it's called
One Punch Man.
there's like an ability called like soul expansion, where you the person takes their literal soul, expands it, and it gives them some special ability. But the succubus is a part of the main group of Mark, which is like the main character of that group. Succubus, Johnny, which is the guy from Devil Went Down to Georgia. And then this old man and a samurai. And the whole point about the succubus is that people are going to assume that this is a bad person because it's a demon. It's obvious, but she'll never do anything wrong. Yet people will still assume until eventually I reveal in the book that she's a regular person, just looks like one because it's essentially a curse.
I'm gonna pause this before it gets any dirtier.